Good evening and welcome to the Warwick Stadium here in Western Australia for these Under-16s Australian Junior Championships. Brought to you by Basketball Australia, and I'm very excited to be here. My name's Matt Splutt. I'm joined by Josh. Josh, this is our third game here, and all games so far have been fantastic, and this one is promising to be no exception with WA Country playing New South Wales Country.
Absolutely. I mean, WA Country, they went down to Vic Metro yesterday, 99-65, but we saw Vic Metro at the start. They're going to be one of the teams to be reckoned with. They'll be no doubt one of the favourites to win the gold. New South Wales Country, they had two games on day one. They beat Northern Territory 87-44, but then they went down to South Australia Metro 78-52, but it wasn't in... I guess thanks to Jade Crook, she did a really good job in both games though. 14 points, 13 boards in the first game, 18 and 10. So she is going to be one to be reckoned with, and that's going to be number 8 for you, who's going to be coming on screen very soon. As here we go there, as you can see from a height standpoint, she's going to be towering over this WA countryside.
That's right, and you'd think that this was being played in New South Wales as the home crowd seems to be.
Have we got a vuvuzela going on somewhere?
Yeah, this is fantastic. So many parents out here for New South Wales cheering on their kids, and there's plenty of WA Country fans here, but they don't seem quite as loud just yet. Let's see if they warm up across the evening. But this could be a big game for WA Country, knowing that New South Wales has already played two. This is their third one, bit of lactic acid in the muscles. This is their opportunity to have a go. So
let's see how the turnover who wins the turnover battle, because it's kind of been a growing trend throughout this tournament with the turnovers. And, you know, New South Wales Country, 38 turnovers versus South Australia. They had the 23 against Northern Territory. The 3-ball is also going to be interesting to see what happens there, because New South Wales Country haven't really hit the side of a barn yet. And against South Australia, 0-7. And then 6 of 31 against Northern Territory. But when you've got the size of Crook in the middle, you can no doubt imagine New South Wales Country going to be going down to her on the low block.
And that starting 5 there for New South Wales Country, we've got Morrison, McCowan, Kugel, Crook and McGregor. And I mean, that's a pretty formidable long starting 5. And if we look on the other side for WA Country, we got Karasanidhi, the captain, Andrew, Millichamp, Fotu and Longbottom. It's going to be a tough uphill grind is my thoughts here for WA Country. They're probably going to be battling uphill, but they are at home and they do have the hometown ring advantage, which may play a part, may not. But let's see what they can do against this strong New South Wales countryside.
Yeah, and it's going to all start from the defensive end for both sides. If they're going to turn the other team over, it's going to create some transition points and easy baskets. And even though, you know, both sides are away, even though WA Country are in the home state, this isn't exactly a home stadium for them. So if they can get some early baskets, create that confidence, it can be anyone's ballgame. As we saw in the previous game where WA Country got off to a fast start, but South Australia Metro in that third quarter just absolutely crushed WA's dreams of getting into that match.
That's right. And looking at the height for New South Wales Country, it's not just one. It's not just 2. It's about 5 or 6 of them that are all going to be taller than the whole WA Country team. Not a really long WA Country team to talk about. There's not even one there that we would consider super tall, and yet New South Wales Country has a bunch. They're growing big out there.
They do, and you know, they're Pool A. We saw Pool A earlier today as well between Queensland South and Victoria Metro. And talk about length. Both of those sides have so much length. Even starting from the guard position with the length of, you know, even Dukic, who, you know, even though she's small guard, she has the wingspan of one of the bigs.
That's right, and when you want to play long, it definitely adds to the harshness of the defense. It turns the ball over more, you get more rebounds, you get more second shots, and you can even see here with the matchups straight away, pretty much every matchup has gone to New South Wales Country as being just that inch or 2 taller.
Now, I want to see if the captains match up against one another, because we've seen that throughout this tournament, where the captains seem to be playing on each other a lot. So, it might be an unwritten rule of the Australian Junior Championships.
That's right. These Basketball Australia under 16 Australian Junior Championships have been everything that we wanted and more, and it's hard to remember sometimes that these are 15-year-olds playing way above their age brackets. So WA Country gets the first possession and they're looking to set up an offense. That's a nice drive off to the left. The kick, the fake gets inside, but that one is blocked. And New South Wales Country with an early stop, and Charlotte Kugel uses that extra couple of inches of length to knock the ball away.
Yeah, you've hit the nail on the head there. That extra length is causing issues early on for WA Country, but I love the aggressive move there from Isabella Andrews. She looked for the shot, tried to keep the defensive active and went for the drive. Just better defense there.
Quick crossover there. Inside with the big steps, and they were big long steps, but unable to finish there. And Jade Crook gets all the way to the rim but can't put it in.
Yeah, I reckon Monahan thought she did a really good job there and Crook stopping her. However, just took that one extra long step, and that's the reason why she got a good look at it.
There's that extra length of land from Crook. 3-point shot goes up. Gee whiz, that was a sweet-looking shot there by Alira Fotu.
Yeah, Alira Fotu was 5 of 16 from the field yesterday with the 11 points, 3 boards, 2 assists, and she's already proven she is not going to die wandering on the court.
So that score won't count. There's a call there with the hand check on the back. But let's just have a look at this shot. This is, I mean, pure as you like. Just catch, square up.
Yeah, you just saw McGregor get a little bit lost trying to worry about the paint rather than Fotu, because you know she's going to put it up. And great defensive pressure from Country early on.
The other thing that makes it tough to guard there on Alira Fotu is that she's left-handed. And, you know, you always run to her player's right-hand side. So
lefties are always tricky, aren't they?
Another three-pointer put up by WA Country. They're not shy about getting some shots up from outside, but New South Wales secure the rebound. Gee, they're quick down the court. Big steal inside here. Ball was always going to go there. Step through on the left and draws the and one. Big time move by the big Jade Crook.
How impressive was her footwork? She's definitely been working on that in the off-season, because there was a nice little step, got stopped, stepped through with the left. And you know, when righties can play like lefties, they're dangerous.
And I was watching them warm up before the game, and she was putting on some moves just in the 3-on-3 on the one-on-ones they were running at practice. Just good footwork, like you said, good control. She's got another interior seal here. And knocks that one out of bounds. New South Wales ball.
It looks like just off Andrew, but Jade Crook just showing the presence she has in the paint on both offense and the defensive end.
And already in comparison to the game we had earlier today in the under-16 girls, shots are getting up quick here. There's another one, 3-point shot. That one misses.
Yeah, Kugel hasn't died wandering either at all. And it's you love it when the players are good putt
what
kick
a
their head.
pass!
Draws the foul. Great job there from Isabella Andrews. No, it's a turnover.
Alira Fotu just threw a one-handed skip bounce pass. That was phenomenal. How's the vision? I mean, unfortunately it didn't come off, but how's that for a pass?
Yeah, we're kind of excited by what transpired, and we didn't realise a turnover occurred.
So WA getting the ball back off that rebound. Plenty of shots going up, not many going in. 3-2 is the score here a couple of minutes into this quarter.
I like what we've seen from Fotu early on. She's not being rushed. She's being really patient. She knows when to go, and great job here from Andrew.
Kicks the ball out. Good steal. They reset their offense, and there's the drive, and there's going to be the hands foul.
So Kugel with the foul there.
And the captain just...
Oh, sorry, maybe McGregor. I think number 10, McGregor, got done for the foul there.
Corasaniti just getting to the rim.
Tell you what, first 2.5 minutes, an exciting game to see with only a scoreline of 3-2.
There's Corasaniti with the 3, hits the front of the rim. WA going at it again, and that extra length there from Jade Crook gets a fingertip, knocks it New South Wales way.
Just good patience here in the offensive of New South Wales
Country.
Country.
Nice spin move and draws the foul.
They're really good at hitting the open player, and that open player, when they've got that space, they're attacking the basket every chance they can get.
Yeah, so Claudia Hocking there, just driving baseline, doing a very nice controlled spin back to the middle, gets around her first defender, and there's nothing she can do but stick her arms out and foul her.
Bit of a late closeout there from Country. You do not want to give New South Wales Country that much space on the offensive end.
First one was good.
So let's see what Country do here, because we've seen full court presses all championships long. Bit of a soft press here. And the great job there defensively there from McCowan.
I tell you what, McCowan is like lightning. She just doesn't look like she's ready to go, and suddenly she's past you and at the rim.
And there's me talking about there's that soft pressure, and then all of a sudden she just came out of nowhere. They lulled Country and myself into a false sense of security there. Great defense there from Crook. But it looks like she's been done for a holding foul on Berry.
Yep. Just that left hand reaching around there. It's off and away. Look at that steal. She just shot the gap beautifully and got down uncontested at the rim.
And that's what they need to do, New South Wales Country. Get those turnovers and get those transition points. Nice pass from Fotu. Great finish from the captain as well. Coris Aniti. Thank you very much.
Wow, but again, what a beautiful pass. WA Country moving this ball around nicely.
Every chance you can get offensive WA Country, get it in Fotu's hands, because good things are going to occur.
Yeah, I mean, look at that. She just finds that curl cutter. Beautiful pass.
But it was also Coris Aniti. That was a really great cut. She saw that McCowan was ball watching, and then she made the cut at the right time. And when you've got a guard like Fotu who's so patient with the ball, you are going to get those opportunities.
They have 1 second to get it over the halfway line here. And that's the reason for the turnover.
Yeah, I was wondering what all the commotion was going on the court. I'm glad you were aware of it.
Coaches screaming and parents screaming. Oh, Coris Aniti puts it up, and that's nothing but net.
The captain showing you how it's done here at Warwick Stadium. 8-6 lead now to WA Country.
There's the lead. They're up by 2. Oh, Coris Aniti was so close to stealing that. No handoff there. 3-point wide open shot there.
Fotu, great defensive board there. But look at that. She just sees white jerseys ahead of her as McCowan making it very tough. But Fotu, I don't think you're trying to speed her up, but she does not mind that pressure at all. Pretty impressive for a young player in her.
She seems really under control no matter what speed she's moving, and making great decisions even under pressure. As we see that coming off that curl. Now last time she curl cut, so the defender goes underneath that screen, and this time she flares and gets that open 3.
Looks like Donovan's seeing her first bit of action for WA Country. And Fotu once again just slicing and dicing with her passing. We haven't seen this from many players today, this evening I should say.
Great ball movement around by WA Country, unable to secure the rebound there, and that'll go to New South Wales. But gee, that ball is zipping around and they're finding open looks.
And the game plan, put it in Fotu's hands, and good things are going to occur.
So coming back the other way, New South Wales Country.
Not bad getting through a press when you can throw it up to Crook, as it looks like we've got a travel there on Alexis Plater. See, both teams know every chance they can get. They're wanting to press, speed this game up.
Fotu trying to set up WA Country.
Like that early pick there from Millichamp. That's something I probably wish WA Country men were doing in their game before. Trying to make it a little bit easier on their guards, because I think from what we've already seen here, Coris Aniti and Fotu are going to be doing some heavy lifting throughout. And
just, you would think they would be going a little bit smaller here in New South Wales, taking off Jade Crook, but no. They introduce Kiara Juffermans, and she's just as long. So no respite for the WA Country girls.
Not at all, but yeah, just saw a little bit of a long shot there from Crossity, not even finding rim. It's a tight battle between these two sides early on.
Oh, nice block. Comes over from the weak side, and Donovan sends it away. Coris Aniti goes in, and I tell you what, she's feeling good about herself right now.
Absolutely, but she needs the high five. Donovan, the chance she can get. She just returned to sender there. Trying to get another block, got her off her feet.
Good, strong rebound.
WA Country doing a really good job on the boards. There we go, Fotu, ball in hand. You see, she does not get sped up.
There's that lovely left hand, just leaves that one long. The ball up in the air, hands fighting over it. And look at the two of them go at it. It's going to be a jump ball.
Great job from Keely Berry, not giving up at all. She had no business getting a hand on that ball. Forces the jump ball, but possession arrow to New South Wales Country.
So this was a really good setup here from WA Country, being able to get all the way to the rim and Corasaniti.
Yeah, and that was not an easy pass from Fotu. From other players, that's risky, but for Fotu, that's just it's in a wheelhouse, isn't it? That's
right. Speaking of being in their wheelhouse, straight out onto the court and 3 points for Kiona McCowan, and McCowan drops it down, and it didn't New South Wales need that.
It did not look like missing at all as McCowan with the balls now. What can't she do early on in this first quarter? And a little bit unlucky there from Millie Champ. She was actually having a bit of help coming her way in the likes of Longbottom, but just got in the way.
Yeah, that's right.
So the replay here with McCowan, open three. We've seen this a little bit from WA Country. They have been losing New South Wales Country on the perimeter a bit.
So onto the floor, Morrison handling the ball for New South Wales. Good ball movement around the top. Great penetration, and there's going to be another foul.
And you're starting to see a few bad habits setting in for WA Country. They're trying to close out a little bit too hard, and Country are able to get into the paint, drawing the fouls.
And that'll be Alira Fotu with that foul. But, I mean, look at that penetration. She just saw the lane opening up and took it all the way to the rim and drew the contact. Well, as has been the story with many of the games across this championships weekend, one team gets out to a fairly early lead of 6 to 8 points, and the other team fights their way back into it. And it's what happened here. We've got a 1 point game. 10-9 is the score. WA Country up by the solitary point. But New South Wales looking to start to push, and just over the last 2 or 3 minutes, I feel like that momentum's starting to move their way.
Yeah, I feel like defensively New South Wales have looked better, but it's been in the half court where WA Country have looked dangerous. When you've got the likes of Corasaniti and Fotu, they're going to have to just get those two to carry this team to a victory tonight. Be interested to see what WA Country do defensively, though, because they're not a big team. Be interesting to see if they change up to a zone at some point where they're going to try and clog the lane, because we haven't actually seen New South Wales Country be able to beat them with the pass, but it's been that dribble penetration causing issues.
Yeah, that's right. And really, you know, they haven't used their length to be an advantage so much. They have a couple of times on the defensive end, but offensively we haven't seen that being used and abused.
And the length has come back in Jade Crook, who got off to a really fast start.
So that one goes down, and Platter hits her first points for the night. Makes 2 from 2, hasn't hit the ring yet, and still has 2 points. That was beautiful.
So you see they're just going with a bit of a 1-2-2 trap maybe here.
Well played there by WA Country, passing past it rather than trying to dribble through it.
I like that they've been matching up as well. We haven't seen any zone yet from either side. They are really... Oh, Fotu.
Oh, jeez.
Maybe bit off a little bit more than you can chew, but I'll tell you what, she's already shown what she can do. As a coach, she will live with that.
That's right, and about a 90% success rate on those passes, and I tell you what...
Plater has shown that she can perform on the offensive end, but once again, it's that dribble penetration that's hurting WA Country at the moment.
So let's see if they can stop the on-ball. New South Wales trying to do the same thing. Can they stop the penetration? What a pass!
How sweet was that dish from Fotu? Let's see that again.
I tell you what, she is reading the game like it happened last week.
Even the New South Wales Country fans appreciated that one. That's how good it was.
Wow, that was an absolutely crazy look. Let's see this again. Just as easy as you like. Crossover, no look left hand. That is just superb.
Yeah, and you just saw there in Jufferman's where just ball watching again. We've seen that a few times as Fotu splits the D. Got blocked though. But we've seen it from both sides when they've been watching their ball a little bit too much, more than worried about their opponent.
So Fotu had a short stint of about a minute.
Yeah.
And she's coming back to the bench now as Karasanidi comes in. The captain takes her place back on the floor. Here's this box set. Nice fake, got a defender off the floor and got inside with the right hand flick shot. Unable to connect, and look at this up the court defense. Oh, and she's got to be out of bounds there. She jumped from out of bounds to touch that ball. Well picked up by the referee down there.
But for Charlize Morrison, I think she would like to have that play back. You want WA Country to prove they can hit the three ball in that corner. Just look at that eyebrow fact. It gets everybody.
Yeah, that's right. Eyebrow fakes are hard to ignore. Spin move, tough inside. That one only just rimmed out. She got her own rebound. She's drawn a foul.
That was really impressive from Jaffa Maris. As you said, she put up the hook but got her own offensive board. Once again, WA Country ball watching rather than trying to fight for their rebound. And I think, Ashley Monham, she might look back at that replay going, yep, I've got to do better.
That's right. And the ball went up and she just watched it. Didn't get a body on the box out. And those 1% things can come back to bite you later in that fourth quarter as we see that one go down. 2 shots because we're in the team foul situation here. That was the 5th one.
I thought it was the Vuvuzelas, but it looks like a bit of party horns are coming. I know we've got a kid with a bright pink Vuvuzela, New South Wales Country, going back to the free throw line. I feel like we're at the 2016, no, was it 2012 World Cup?
World Cup with all of in Brazil. I tell you what, this is something that coaches can't stand, is when you give up an offensive rebound off a free throw.
It's a coach killer, absolute coach killer. And half the time with rebounding, yes, it's about positioning, but half the time it's about effort, and you need to worry about the player before the ball.
And with Jade Crook's length, there is no way you can't have a body on her.
No.
And so she makes them pay.
Well, she's showing you why she's averaging a double-double for the tournament early on.
Yeah, that's right. And even defensively, they're watching her play out on the perimeter. She's good all round.
Good patience there from Donovan. This just getting a little bit stagnant. And there you go.
Nice fake. There's the runner. She's put up 3 of those runners, and everyone is rimmed out.
But that's twice now by Morrison getting sucked in by that shot fake.
Yeah.
And good job from Karasanidi, stealing the ball away, just taking it away.
She's brought plenty of energy to this WA Country team.
She's very physical as well. Great physical presence for this WA Country side.
Country New South Wales here, looking to get a stop with a minute to go on the clock. They're playing great defense here. Karasanidi takes the moves, kicks it out. There's a 3. That one goes long. Everybody crashes the boards. Karasanidi steals it, and it's going to be a WA ball.
And I tell you what, Jaffa, she did a really good job defensively in that paint area. She was denying it. There was a reason why they couldn't get into the paint. As I give her a compliment, she is now being dragged.
And straight away the coach went to the bench to make that sub. As soon as she turned that pass over, just hold on to the ball and find the open guard. That's what you want from your bigs. There's a nice 3-point shot.
Did not look like missing at all. Alexis Donovan take a bow. That was a confident throw. I thought that might have been a little early, but she knew what she was doing.
Getting the 2 for 1, really. As the shot clock winds down to 10 here.
Great job from McCown, but I loved what I saw from Crook there at the high post. She was looking for the handoff. The patience there was fantastic.
So New South Wales Country has consistently been driving as we see this 3-point shot, just as casual as you like. Catches it, hand in her face, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, for a team that only shot 14 threes yesterday, I reckon they've put up about 6 or 7 in this first quarter, and New South Wales Country no doubt would be living with those threes at the moment from, I guess, their scouting.
So that one hits the short rim, WA on the run. About 3 seconds differential between the shot clock and game clock, and that is great up-court defense, and Donovan throws the ball away, and the umpire puts the whistles to her lip.
Just a bit of a warning there.
Wow, I thought there might have been a tech foul coming up first one.
But great job from Morrison. We've already seen the 3 games tonight. The point guards with that defensive pressure in the back court, they're worth their weight in gold.
Well, that's right. And as soon as she saw the fumble, she was way up and in.
I think you can see why in the half court why Morrison has been biting on those shot fakes, because she is a defensive menace and she just wants to get in everybody.
And hits the first, misses the second. So, assuming that WA can hold on to the ball here, they should get the last shot of this quarter.
There you go,
but New South Wales playing up-court defence, trying to take it back off them.
Great.
Oh, there it is. This is going to go up 2-1. Can she get it up? No, the siren's going to beat her.
Strong
and what an amazing first quarter we have seen here in these under-16 National Australian Junior Championships.
That was awesome. That was an awesome start to this game and really impressive. We saw the likes of Jade Crook, the class that she can do on the low block, Korosanidi, as well as Lyra Fotu on the offensive end for WA Country. And it's just like all the games tonight. It's an arm wrestle in the first quarter, Matty.
And we can see some of the highlights unfolding here. And I tell you what, we have a player in Fotu.
We 100% do. I mean, we've got a few favourites tonight, but I feel like from a passing standpoint, is there a pass she can't do? She's getting her teammates involved. She's also an offensive threat as well. So New South Wales Country, it's kind of like pick your poison with the guard.
That's right. And again, Jade Crook, big player, big influence. She's just been on the board. She's been up and down the floor, defensive stops. Seems like she can guard out on the three-point line as well, which is handy for the tallest player on the court. And she could prove to be a problem for WA Country down the stretch.
Well, this is the thing. I think throughout tonight we've referred to the 90s as the time when we grew up. But no longer is it okay for the tallest player on the court to just stay in the middle of the keyway. She's been really active, getting a hand into the passing lanes. And she's been a handful on both ends of the floor.
And it's been interesting that WA's really relied heavily on Korosanidi for their score.
Yep.
Whereas the scoring across New South Wales Country is well spread. I mean, you've got 3 players on 4 points, a couple of players on 2 points. Like, they're really sharing the ball around and everybody's a threat that way.
Yeah, it is. And it's interesting that both teams only have 6 points in the paint, but New South Wales Country look like they're going to be the more dominant side. So sometimes stats do lie, because I guess from what we've been seeing, they're the ones that look like they're going to want to cause the trouble in the paint area.
That's right. We did talk about the length of New South Wales Country and the fact that they had it all over WA Country in height-wise. And 4-1 is the offensive rebounds in that quarter, and that's just due to that length, isn't it? And there was a couple of times WA didn't get that body on them.
Yeah, and that's been, I guess, a problem for most teams throughout, is when you don't get a body, you're going to give up offensive rebounds. And you looked at New South Wales Country, they've got the 4. They could have had a lot more.
Well, that's right. WA starting with the ball. That one just barely missed. Is she going to reload? No, she's, of course, looking to distribute. Inside-outside play. And Korosanidi cannot quite take it off. And New South Wales secures the ball. Guess who else got the rebound but Jade Crook.
Good hands there from Fotu.
The up-court defence from WA Country has been impressive.
So they weren't sure who went off, so it's a jump ball, and possession arrow goes to New South Wales Country. But I actually like Millicham posting up. We haven't seen really any post touches from WA Country, so it's good to see that they're trying to go inside out. So
Morrison looking to set up this offense for New South Wales Country.
Ooh.
Tough pass, but well caught and landed. Morrison looked like she was going to put it up, gets all the way to the rim and draws another foul, and that one will be called on Millicham.
We've seen since Morrison's come off the bench, she's a little bit of a pocket dynamo for him. She's brought a lot of energy, and it's no surprise that they have been an absolute tear on the offensive end trying to get into the paint. But WA Country, they need to stop them from getting to the middle and into the paint area.
Yeah, and this is actually really big, because Millicham, we know, is one of their offensive weapons for WA Country. That's her 3rd personal foul right there, and we're 40 seconds into the second quarter.
And it looks like Monahan's going to be coming in for Millicham, because you would think her second quarter is all but done.
Yeah, we may not see Milichan for the rest of this quarter, you're right. Can't risk getting that fourth foul. And it's always hard when you get that many fouls early on, and especially if you feel like one or two of them haven't gone your way.
Tell you what, Fotu, her ability with the ball, she doesn't get rushed. She's looking for her teammates first, but she always looks active.
Well, there's that post play that you asked for, and she stepped onto the court, and Monaghan, instant impact.
Well,
New South Wales going back the other way, though.
Well, yeah, and you need to make Jade Crook accountable on the defensive end. Yes, she's got the height, but tell you what, Monaghan did a really good job doing the body work early and just throwing it up, as you're going to see a replay here of what she can do.
So look at the way she gets down low and just seals right there. And that gives her that step. And I mean, that by no means an easy shot. Karasanidi with a great save. She's open again on the backdoor cut, but they couldn't find her.
And the Fotu, tell you what, one of the deadliest crossovers in this competition is Karasanidi probably got away with the walk.
And
Nice
gets
floater.
the friendly hometown roll on that left hand.
Tell you what, New South Wales Country doing a really good job defensively, but WA Country just doing a great job, and Fotu is everywhere.
So New South Wales Country just looking a little rushed, but they've turned it over back the other way. That was some great defense there by Hocking, and drawing the foul there.
And it was one of those passes, it probably wasn't there, but you know what? Fotu's a star. She can do what she wants.
And we're seeing some pretty big wholesale changes here for New South Wales.
Well, you think the momentum was all with New South Wales Country, and they would be really shocked to look up at the scoreboard and seeing it as a tied game.
Gee, that's a really nice... Took a bit of arm contact there, Karasanidi, but still managed to put it in.
So Crook doing a great job in that low block, a nice hook. She just got to return the favour to Monaghan there.
Gee, that's a tough defensive assignment there, and that's why she's one of the best players here in these under-16 nationals. Nice find again. Who else?
Well,
she almost stole a rebound.
she's just playing with house money at the moment, I think, Fotu. She's playing with her own ball. She loses it. She's just trying to take it back.
I tell you what, and it's just so casual, like it's no big thing. She just does what she does.
She's just like, yeah, this is any other Monday for me.
New South Wales Country could do with a score here. They go in hard, and that's a nice drive. Unable to finish at the rim, though.
That was a nice look from Kugel. Nice little floater. Very unlucky for that to not go down.
Coming back down the other end. Here's this post seal again. They're going to go right at her. There's the double down, and that is some great New South Wales Country defence.
But do you see that Crook respected Monaghan that time on the defensive end? Before Monaghan just quickly catch, nice little hook. Crook was like, oh, Crook's not allowing this to happen again. And she was being wide, she was being big.
Yeah, those legs were super wide there as she held her ground. Struggling to get the ball in, and that's good defence from New South Wales Country, and that'll get them going.
And once again, Jake Crook fronting the post there, which always can be somewhat of a risk sometime, but that was a big reason why that WA Country unable to get that ball in.
McCowan bringing that ball down quick. One dribble, gets it inside. Hocking goes up. Great defence, straight up and down there.
Yeah, a little bit rushed there. Sometimes you want the player in that position to go off 2 feet, a little bit loose.
Here's that situation we've seen before, inside on the post. And there's the curl cut from the weak side, and we've seen this offense before.
It's rinse and repeat for WA Country at the moment. It's such an awesome cut from that weak side that Coruscant is having a field day on New South Wales Country's defence there.
As soon as she sees her player turn their head on help, she's curling. Wow, that is a very nice looking jump shot there.
You don't see that from many players play the 5 position, but what a pretty jump shot that is.
And Jade Crook is yelling at her team to get up, and she's trying to rally the New South Wales Country troops to stay in this game.
Yeah, you can't accuse the New South Wales Country of not communicating.
And gets around in front, puts a hand on the pass and stops it, and she's leading by example.
Yeah, it was a tough pass there from Foto. We're talking about how special of a passer she is. Probably needed to create the angle a little bit better.
But I mean, just look how easily she finds it. She gets herself out at about 20 foot, puts it up and just drops it in. That's a nice looking shot of Jade Crook. Going back the other way, WA Country have missed, but they've got their rebounds.
See Fotu.
Fotu with another pass. And oh, it's all happening here.
Sensational pass, sensational block. What absolute class we're seeing here tonight at Warwick Stadium.
Jade Crook has just stepped up for New South Wales Country in the last 2 minutes and taken over this game at both ends. Photo looking to the spin to the baseline, and that one was maybe a little too ambitious with the air ball. But look at the up-court defence. There's a double, and Photo hands in, clocker back to expire.
And that's very unlucky from WA Country. They've been hit with a foot violation in the backcourt, which looked like an almost turnover from New South Wales Country.
Look at the desperation. Fotu is just everywhere on that replay. She's been everywhere on the court tonight. New South Wales Country.
Oh, great cut.
Cook on the bump. No, can't finish. And she's had an outstanding start to this quarter.
I mean, she took the hit there and it looked like she was the one making the defense move.
Here it is again from outside. I tell you what. No, New South Wales with repeated chances here, unable to get it, and Corasaniti gets it, and she draws the foul there.
And that's a frustration foul there from Kugel because she missed a gimme there at the rim, and how often do we see that in basketball when you miss an easy shot and you take it out on the opponent?
Tell you what, if we had have seen that three-pointer go down from Jade Crook, that would have been all sorts of warning signs. She is having a cracking second quarter, and she's really the reason New South Wales Country is where they are.
They are, because it's surprising because the way that New South Wales have been playing on the offensive end, they've had some good looks at times, but I feel like it's the turnovers that have probably been hurting them so far in the second quarter.
So they still hold a 2-point lead at the moment, 23-21. WA Country with the ball, looking to tie the game up or take the lead. Good off-ball defence so far from New South Wales. And that was just a bit of a prayer thrown up there. She got stuck in the air. That's a good one for young players, isn't it? Don't jump before you see the pass.
Yeah.
Once you're in the air, you're stuck.
Yeah, but it was pretty impressive that she got stuck in the air and still was smart enough to throw the ball up with any chance of maybe hitting the rim. And New South Wales Country just got away with the backcourt.
Yeah, but the backcourt rule at the moment is 3 points over. So that's both feet and the ball need to go over for you to be considered to be in the front court. So being that she only put 1 foot over and the ball didn't go, I'd probably go along with that. And that's an old school rule that we would know.
Yes.
Once you're over, you're over. But now it's 3 points of contact, 2 feet and a ball.
As a coach, I'm still learning the rules as we go.
Well, as soon as you get to know them, they will change them.
Exactly. Right.
That's right. Fotu bringing the ball down, setting up for WA Country. That's a good screen.
Very lucky to not get in for a late screen there.
Donovan has hit one already, unable to hit. Good offensive rebound. WA Country gets another one, but who else? Jade Crook, but then she turns it over, and Corasaniti goes the other way.
Great
good
block.
block.
McCowan. We're talking about Morrison and how good she's been off the bench, but McCowan for the point guard spot right from the start has been a handful as Crook is going to the bench and Claudia Hocking.
I tell you what, she's getting a well-deserved break. She 100%. Has been the brick wall for New South Wales Country.
See Fotu just waiting for a cutter. There's that weak side cut coming through as McCowan nearly breaks up the play.
Shot goes up. That's just inside. That'll be a long 2 and 2 points there.
That's a welcome shot to go down for Isabella Andrew because she's had some good looks at the rim.
Donovan reads that pass. She's going to go at the rim, finds her captain on the left-hand side, and suddenly a timeout called by New South Wales Country. Coach has seen enough. And this crowd is up and about and loud. It's nice to be playing at home.
And where does it all start from the momentum? The defensive end, all these turnovers that New South Wales Country are giving WA Country is the reason why the West Aussies have this lead.
Oh, let's just take a little breath here.
Yeah, there's been a bit of a track meet, hasn't it, Matty? But I'll tell you what, WA Country have been very, very impressive. And if this momentum continues, we'll just see if New South Wales can continue to have Crook on the bench.
Yeah, we can't imagine that Jade Crook...
that she's made on the defensive end for WA Country.
So New South Wales with the inbound here. 3 minutes 51 to go. Welcome back to this under-16 national championships, the Australian Junior Championships here from Warwick in Western Australia. Brought to you by Basketball Australia.
So New South Wales Country continuing with this press.
And it's not a huge up and in press, is it? It's just a containment.
It's a containment, and they're just trying to get Country to chew up a bit of the shot clock. But I think when they do put that up and in and pressure, they actually do draw the turnovers.
There's Photo with another one-handed left-hand sling pass inside.
Yeah, it's unfortunately Keely Berry had a good look. Probably not used to throwing up the left hook, but what an impressive individual she's shown tonight, as looks like McCowan is having a rest, and that's Kiana McCowan.
I tell you what, the highlights package from this game, I can't think of too many that aren't going to involve either Photo from WA or Jade Crook from New South Wales. They have just been standouts in this game.
Yeah, it's just, we don't want this game to end the way it's been going. As I said, there's highlights happening every time down the floor, and even those that aren't meant to be highlights turn into one.
So there's that dribble handoff. Corasanidi comes back to the middle, and I tell you what, McCowan played outstanding defense, and somehow the offense still got that ball in.
What an impressive finish that was from the lefty, and continues to be active as McCowan
steps through it.
She just wills her way through to the rim as New South Wales continue to do damage in that paint area.
And she just has a lightning quick first step. Corasanidi still on the left. No one's getting her to go to the right. Another lefty in Photo. She drops it, and she is having just an outstanding game. Between those two, WA Country are looking good.
And it's like, look at the bench. They weren't really reacting to it at all. They just seemed like they see this at training all the time. This is no big deal. Good job there from Berry. Great defensive pressure.
So again, Platter, who had some impact there in that first half of this quarter, has just been a little bit quiet since. Let's see if they go back to her.
So you see them a bit of Horns action.
Oh, gee, I tell you what, I thought that was going in, but it went wide left and long.
That was a bit of a heat check, but she called for a bit of Horns action there, so try to use the high elbow there for the dribble, for the handoff, and it looks like we get a timeout. As you're going to see.
I mean, look at this. Wide open. Yeah.
I don't think we actually talked enough about Corasaniti's sweet pass. I mean, she was falling out of bounds. We talked about don't leave your feet to pass, but hey, she pulled it off.
So probably a tale of two different attack methods here. WA flipping that ball around, penetrating, kicking, penetrator, kicking. On the other side, New South Wales probably getting plenty of ball movement, no penetration.
Pretty much, yeah, pretty much hit the nail on the head. And, you know, like, I'm surprised that New South Wales aren't actually in the lead of this game, because I just feel like WA Country's points, they've been those loud points, you know, they've been big, exciting plays. But, you know, you look up and go, okay, it's a 5-point lead. I feel like New South Wales Country have been the more consistent. However, WA Country, I mean, they are just putting on an absolute show for the fans tonight here.
And with Crook sitting on the bench, we've definitely seen McCowan step up and look to become a bigger scoring presence. But we probably need to see a couple more contributors. That doesn't need to be big, just 2 points here, 2 points there, maybe the odd 3.
But I think it also highlights, I guess, New South Wales Country haven't really been looking for the 3 ball. They haven't really seen it go down either. They've been some of those long twos, but looking in that paint area. Be interesting to see if they start to have a look at that 3 ball, but because WA Country, they're allowing them to have it.
So here's this up-court pressure. WA Country has been playing all game. There it is.
So Morrison just dealt with a nice screen early on there from Jeffmans. And just throws it up.
It was a nice step through, but then just rushed the finish. Could have just settled a little bit more. But I like the intent from New South Wales Country to get the ball to go at the rim.
You've seen this from a few of the juniors tonight, where they're going up with that 1 foot getting hit. They don't really have that ability to take the hit just yet. As we say that, Keely Berry does a good job. We saw her do that move, go left and pull it off. Clearly more comfortable going right.
Went right this time, and and finished off, but who else gave that pass in there? Fotu. Great fake, but then just travelled. That's the second time tonight we've seen her travel.
And look, that Crook is back on for the last minute and a half. Juffmans, seems like she gets an early hook. Makes a slight mistake, but I guess when you need to get Crook onto the floor, it's interesting to see if New South Wales Country shift away from this matchup and move to a bit of a zone at some point in the second half, because we've seen the cuts, off the ball cuts, absolutely damage them defensively by WA Country.
Photo with a full court skip pass. Donovan with that running left hand. How many left-handers do you think? I don't think I've seen a team with this many lefties in it.
I don't think, the opposite, New South Wales Country definitely hasn't seen it. Good on-ball screen, nice shoot for three. And Crook, great offensive order, I should say. A little bit unlucky for her maybe not to draw a foul, but sometimes in that situation, you might have to kick it out to a guard and get the rotate. But you've seen her right now as well. Look at the Abby McGregor. They're looking for that three ball. We haven't seen too many on-ball screens from New South Wales Country tonight.
Just as we're watching this replay, that's a good seal, and she could feel that defender on her left-hand side and rolled right, and just beautiful finish at the rim. Oh, big-time desperation from two players from opposition teams, and that's the third time she's been called for that travel tonight, and she probably needs to fix that. Yeah,
Plater just needs to settle down. We've heard that from a lot of coaches tonight, trying to settle their players. Sometimes the travels always occur when you're rushing. Supposed to just asking for the handoff. Good defense. Morrison does a great job of breaking up your plays.
And we saw that, and Morrison's that up and in defender, and she's always there and thereabouts. I'll tell you what, you wouldn't want her hanging around at the bottom of your feet.
I mean, you think about it, you got McCowan going to the bench, you think you're going to have a break, and then Morrison, who's probably even more of a beast on the defensive end, just wreaking havoc as usual.
Well, that's right, and she's just one of those players that just almost annoys you to the point of making a mistake.
Yeah, she's the best.
Yeah. Hayden Ballantyne, eat your heart out.
Yeah, exactly right. So Monahan unable to get that photo passes. We've seen a few times.
Look at these two ladies, not an inch given by either of them, and they both pop back up. This is tough basketball, folks. Don't go anywhere.
And great job there from Morrison, drawing the foul there on Donovan. You're always going to get done when you go stand straight up. You cannot keep up with a guard being upright, especially the likes of Morrison.
Oh, man, and, you know, between Morrison and McCowan, and well, they've got some speed on this team. And just to clarify, we do have two McCowans, as we say. Jade Crook back on the floor. And, hey, that is two fouls in 10 seconds there.
Yeah, Donovan.
For Donovan, and she's going to have to take a seat.
Went into the body. I think sometimes us as players, you know, you think, oh, I've got my hands up, but you don't even sometimes realise you're actually walking into the opponent.
And that left hand came way down over Crook's shoulders. She's got such a good-looking shot, doesn't she?
You just don't think it's ever going to miss.
Look at that. It's beautiful. Just natural up, snap. Even when it looks like it's going to miss, it goes in.
So let's see what Fodu can do here with 6 seconds to go.
4 seconds. She crosses over. She gets in. Of course, she made an amazing pass. And WA Country knocks down 2 points as the buzzer expires.
And all thanks to Fotu keeping the dribble alive, drive and kick to Andrew. And we saw Andrew, she missed a few little early ones, but she's now found her range from long.
That's right, and I tell you what, I don't know why we ever thought Fotu was going to try and shoot that, because she had a wide open player. I've been watching the WA Country offense, and they are very willing to cut. Now, you're only willing to cut if you think you're going to get the ball. If you watch this highlight package, people are moving off the ball because they know if they get open, they're going to get the ball.
100%. And the thing is, maybe what we need to see more from New South Wales Country is that ball pressure. But Fotu doesn't get rushed. Like, even when they are bringing the pressure on her, I wouldn't mind to see actually McCowan or Morrison switch it up a little bit there, because I haven't seen them necessarily matched up. I guess because the Fotu's height, they're thinking that she can pass over them. But I think we'd love to see some more ball pressure from New South Wales Country.
And not to be confused, there are actually two McCowans on the court. Number 24 is Alira, and number 5 is Kiana.
Yeah.
So don't. It's not like they're coming off and swapping singlets because they do look a little similar.
Yeah, so Alira McCowan, that's the one. Number 24 is the one I guess I'm more concentrating on for the on-ball D, because I guess when...
Yeah, great. So let's, as we watch these replays, obviously Jade Crook, the standout player for New South Wales Country, though we started to see some of that up-court pressure. I mean, Charlize Morrison is phenomenal she's like a little pit bull, just grabs hold of your ankle and sticks with you. But on the other side, just WA looking like they've got just too many weapons right now.
They're doing, when you're looking at the highlights package with Flo too, like there is no on-ball pressure on her. Like every time she's coming down the court, she's got so much space, as you can see here, that right towards the end with Andrew hitting that mid-range J, which looks sweet the moment it left her hand. I think that's what the coaching staff will be talking to New South Wales Country about, as it looks like we have maybe a dislocated finger on New South Wales Country side there in number 18, Claudia Hockey.
Yeah, she does not look comfortable as they're pulling on that finger. But let's have a look at the stats. The field goal percentages are stark. New South Wales Country shooting at 25%. Western Australia Country shooting at 39%. That is phenomenal. But look at the three-pointers, 36%. The assists. That's a big telling stat.
Well, for me as well, I'm really shocked by the points in the paint. We looked at the height of New South Wales Country and the likes of Jake Crook. We thought, all right, they're going to dominate the paint area, but it's been WA Country dominating it in the first half, 16 to 10.
So really, across the stat board, WA Country deserves this lead at the halftime break, but don't be fooled. New South Wales Country is not going anywhere, and they'll be back stronger in this second half. And we just want to recognise our sponsors here at Basketball Australia for these Australian Junior Championships. Events like this do not happen without these guys. So if you check them out, like our Basketball Australia partner sports, Australia Macron Sporting, and obviously the Game Day app, you can download that. We're proud to be on KO tonight and supported by some of the bigger partners like the NBL, but also the Australian Government and the Australian Sporting Commission that make sure these junior championships here in Australia continue to happen year in and year out. So thanks for joining us for this first half. It's been an absolute firecrack. Plenty of highlights, plenty of action still to come. This is the last game of the evening, and we're looking forward to seeing what the second half holds for us. Go get yourself some nice warm fluids, and we'll see you in about 5 minutes' time.
What if there was a place where lifestyle and business needs connected, where innovation was celebrated, talent was embraced, and business wasn't just about a transaction? How do you find a place where all of this can be your reality? We found it for you, here in Joondalup, Western Australia. You'll have access to the most beautiful coastline. Digital innovation is world-class. Education and training are limitless. Partnerships are creating history, and business needs are supported no matter how big or small. Be a part of this global community. Now is the time. Connect with your future.
Welcome back to Warwick Stadium here in WA. Local time is 7:52 p.m. and we are at half time for this last game of the evening between WA Country and New South Wales Country. My name's Matt and I am joined tonight by Josh. And Josh, what an entertaining first half we've seen.
For a team where teams shooting 40% in WA Country and New South Wales Country shooting 26%, you would look at that stat line going, all right, this must be a dud of a game, but it has been absolutely sensational. I want to kind of point out, I'm always intrigued with how long it comes out for teams to come out of the halftime break, because New South Wales Country only just came out with 2 minutes to go. WA Country have been out for a while, and no doubt, I always put that down to a coach going, they're really disappointed with what's taking place, and I hope the coaching staff of New South Wales Country have been highlighting the stat that we all expected them to dominate was the points in the paint. Only the 10 points. They're 5 of 19, Matt, from the paint area.
And I tell you what, that's because they're going it alone, really, isn't it? The reason WA Country is getting so many points at the rim is because they're doing it together, and the assist line clearly shows that. And I mean, Fodu's such a big part of that West Australian assist line.
Yeah, well, you're talking about those weak side cuts from WA Country where Fodu's able to find the open play. You don't see that from New South Wales. You're kind of like, all right, we're giving it into Crook, or we're trying to force it in, trying to dribble our way in, and it's been highlighted by the assists where you got 13 assists compared to the 5 of New South Wales Country. And for New South Wales Country to have 5 assists to 12 turnovers, that is not the assist to turnover ratio any coach wants to see.
That's right, and I mean, Jay Crook has been outstanding in the blue and white for New South Wales Country, but too many contributors from WA Country and not enough from New South Wales Country has this lead up to 7 points. Now, halfway through that quarter, New South Wales Country up by 2 and was back and forward, but we really saw WA start to put the foot down at the end there. And again, that teamwork versus the one-on-one stuff is really starting to show through. And as you get more tired, you can't rely on that one-on-one.
It'll be interesting to see what they're going to do defensively on Fotu as well, because as I said, I would love to see Lyra McCowan match up on her and cause some havoc as Crook goes to work early on.
Nice looking shot. That one hits the side of the ring and they're going back the other way. And that was shot by Hocking, who had her finger put back in at halftime. It did not look good and she did not look in much comfort, particularly while they pulled on that finger till it clicked back into place.
And that's another turnover there to New South Wales Country as well. That's now 13 for the game. And that was just one of those turnovers that really shouldn't have happened. They just need to try and keep that ball alive rather than trying to dribble through the pressure. There's Crook with another board. 6 boards now for the game for the superstar from New South Wales Country.
Ball running down the court here. Let's see if Country can get some teamwork going. And there it is again, just over-possessing the ball with that dribble. But she's had to do it because of the pressure. Finds the open teammate. And that's what we wanted to see. But what a block! Coming over from the weak side of Photo. She passes, she scores, she blocks. Is there anything she can't do?
I don't think there is anything she can't do. She's just doing it all for WA Country. And a good job there from Milicek. Get a hand in there and cross the nitty. I actually thought that might have been off cross the nitty, but must have been off New South Wales Country. And they're just once again causing havoc on the defensive end. We really thought New South Wales Country would have been the one bringing the pressure. But WA Country, they're a force to be reckoned with tonight, Matty.
Well, that's right. And, I mean, we at the beginning of the game said they had to play out of their skin to beat this New South Wales side that's proved to be dangerous.
But we haven't seen any change up defensively there on Fodu. McGregor still off, hands down, and Fodu's like, all right, if you're going to give me the option to pass, I'm going to do it. And, hey, very rarely have we seen her make too many mistakes tonight. There's McCowan and Fodu going at it. Nice screen early on there from Hocking.
Gets inside on the crossover and then just turns that over. Again, that early pass off that crossover. She beat her on the first step and then had to get it off.
Fotu tries to go to work there.
Oh, catches inside, but how's that defense by Crook? She gets wide. She's long. McCowan running the floor. Let's see if New South Wales can get something going here.
Great job from Korosanidi, seeing that transition D, able to delay that ball, and unfortunately there for Charlotte Kugler, who hasn't had the greatest of games throughout tonight, eyes down, was not looking up to find a teammate.
So New South Wales will be looking to get their offensive mojo going by getting a good offensive set and running a play. Here we go, they've got it on the outside. That is a great find. And Corasaniti with a 1% step takes a jump ball, and that'll be WA possession.
So Crook did a really great job bodying up, but then when she felt like she was going to get the ball, Corasaniti got away from her, created that space to get around it and force that jump ball. That was really smart defense.
So here's that patient build-up in the offense, the on-ball, and that is some good on-ball defense. Fantastic work there by McGregor.
And that's what we've been asking for from New South Wales Country, to get on photo and trying to stop her from getting those easy passes and looks, because she's very, very hard to rush, but it can take place.
And if anyone needs to lift, Abby McGregor, the captain there for New South Wales Country, is probably going to look to lead the way. Now, she hasn't been on a whole lot tonight, so that makes me think after the 2 games and a bit of injury, they thought maybe they could give her a bit of rest, but they've needed to bring her back in. Photo with a step back. It's always a good-looking shot, isn't it? And McCowan with the extra effort saves it, and everyone stood and watched.
I think that's a really good point where you're saying everyone stood around and watched.
So just as we're watching this, and hey, celebrated recently the under-16s winning the Oceania Championships. So the girls basketball getting a much better profile as we see.
Huge 3 there from Amelia
Corasaniti.
And Crook nearly draws the foul there.
Gets her own rebound, goes back up. 3 seconds in the keyway.
That was a huge, huge 3 there from the captain and Amelia Corasaniti at the other end. But they were just absolutely collapsing there on Crook, making it hard, because they know, WA Country know exactly who's going to beat them tonight. They need to stop Crook.
There's that ball movement, running the triangle, 3-man side, 3-lady side. And here we go, Corasaniti gets it and pushes off. And that one's going to be offensive. And I know that Australia-wide, it's something that they've been conscious of, that offensive armbar is something they've cracked down on. And the referee right on the spot to make that call.
But yeah, you wouldn't be too worried with Corasaniti giving away a foul there, because you love what the aggressiveness she's been showing on the offensive end.
Speaking of aggressiveness, she's up and in on the defensive end, gets the steal, and goes and misses. She's done everything right bar the finish.
Oh, she would love to have that one back, as it's really hard to steal the ball away from Morrison. As McCowan puts up the long 2, knocks it down. That's a huge, huge field goal in this game, man. 8-point lead now to WA Country.
She's come in a few times and just given us something extra.
And look what Crook's just done there. Stole the ball. And great job there from Potu, getting the steal herself.
Fakes the pass this time. That's probably the first time I've seen her not pass the ball. Went in, probably the right decision in the end. She couldn't get that pass off, and this will be a WA ball. Just looking at the body language around, a lot of New South Wales hands on hips right now. They're chasing tail.
It is, and you see here with Morrison kicking it to McCowan with the long 2, which was an important basket for New South Wales Country, because we haven't seen the ball go through until that point in this 3rd quarter.
So WA again setting it up. So that dribble handoff's been used quite a bit tonight, and there's that weak side kick.
But you see there defensively there from Hocking, just absolutely living in the paint area, just willing WA Country to shoot that 3, and I think that's what New South Wales Country need to do, as they got another basket for their 3rd quarter.
Hocking goes down and makes that one, and they needed that. 6 points the margin, a touch over 5 and a bit minutes to go in this quarter. Ball just moving around the outside.
Great
what
pass.
a pass!
Potu. Why do not New South Wales Country know exactly what's happening, but they cannot stop it?
Get out the binoculars. Photos on the court, and she's throwing dishes left, right, and centre. She's going to be in every highlight package, and there's another one. What a pass down the court.
How impressive was that. Timeout on the floor. What a strong finish that was there from Isabella Andrew too.
And I mean, we don't want to take away from Isabella Andrew because she was defence all over, but Photo, she has just got the court vision of an experienced WNBL player.
Where was the gap in that as well, you know? That was so nice.
Look at that backdoor pass. She just threads the needle not only once, but then again here on this fast break. Let's see, can you see a gap? Oh, not much. That was
she made it.
On.
I think that's now 8 assists for the game now for Fotu to go along with her 6 points. And tell you what, not too often these games you think, oh, we might be on triple-double watch, but she could get one of the first triple-doubles.
And I mean, she's 15 years old. She's got basketball IQ just coming out of everywhere. And I tell you what, remember this name, Alira Fotu, because I am sure we're going to hear some more about her moving forward.
Because no doubt New South Wales Country would have been a halftime break going, we need to stop Alira Fotu, but they just haven't been able to do it, and it's in the transition where she's actually been causing a lot of this damage as well in this third quarter.
And I'll tell you what, another name, Jade Crook, she's just been tirelessly working for New South Wales Country. And again, as she's come out, she's barking the instructions there. The real leadership shown by her on the court.
She just needs
so we got McCowan and Morrison. There's a bit of speed up the court.
Yeah, it's a very speedy backcourt as we see how, it's good to see Plater back on the court because she had a bit of a tough second quarter there with a few travels.
And that's just that adjustment of WA's defence speeding her up.
Yep.
So just being a little bit more settled with the ball and ripping through before you make your move.
Both teams haven't really changed up too often on the defensive end as Crook.
Wow, that is a strong catch.
Great job from McCowan
Good
being able to collect it.
Ball moving around. This has got to go up. That one hits front iron and almost passed it straight back to Crook under the basket. That wouldn't have been great.
But you saw defensively, Corosanetti, she was parking herself in that keyway as well because they're wanting to double team Crook every chance they can get.
Great ball movement, and Donovan's hit a few already, and she airballs that one. She's not looking real happy with herself after that, is she?
No.
She's like, I had that one, and I just left it short. Up-court defense easily broken by a good long pass there.
And good job there from Corosanetti, but McCowan just takes it away, takes the hit.
Get inside. This is getting all into that physical, and there's knees. There's elbows. I tell you what, don't tell me there's no feeling in this game.
Not at all. We've seen it throughout this match in Donovan. She has no problem mixing it up with anybody on the floor.
Look at this on the ground. They are putting their bodies on the line, and I tell you what, this being New South Wales Country's third game already in just 2 days, this physical aspect could really start to show down the stretch.
Good job there from Crook. Keeps the ball alive for New South Wales Country. Looks like she has been hurt though.
She has landed on that hip.
And it looks like you're going to see Kira Jufferman's back in as Crook has taken a bit of a hit.
She's been playing an outstanding game, has Jade Crook. Really the reason that New South Wales Country is still in this game. She's just taken some deep breaths. I see a smile down there on the bench, which is good news.
So you'll see New South Wales moving to that half-court D. We haven't seen too much half-court D. We've already been seeing them trying to press this cross and nearly lose the ball from Morrison.
Pressure up there by Morrison. Inside, now New South Wales starting to put the clamps on. They turned the ball over, and now WA has to play some transition defense. And Corosanetti, oh my goodness, is there anything Corosanetti cannot do either?
Well, we're talking about Fotu. Well, she's the emotional leader here for WA Country tonight. As you see, we've got a substitution, Fotu back on the court as Grace Millichamp having a rest. But it wasn't exactly smooth transition play there from New South Wales Country. McCowan, it wasn't the cleanest of looks. She probably got a little bit stuck under the backboard there, which gave Corosanetti the opportunity to get the block shot. Yeah,
one less step probably would have been the way to go there.
Talk about what she can't do. nearly forces a turnover as
That's going
Morrison.
to be a backcourt violation with the pressure from Coruscant.
And he
Hey,
gets
you want an example of a captain? There it is.
100%. And you just see the WA Country crowd starting to get into this one. They've got a nice 10-point lead here at Warwick Stadium as Fotu. And this is the matchup what I want to see. And forces the turnover. And this is what I've been asking for, is to have the likes of McCowan or Morrison defending Fotu to try and give her that pressure, because she hasn't really needed to deal with that all game.
No, and we know Morrison is that up and in defender. She won't take a backward step. And so let's see how this plays out.
So see, and especially with Coruscant now going to the bench, Fotu's going to have to carry the offensive load for WA.
Nice backdoor cut. That's an even better pass. And the 3 ball goes up and it's just missed. New South Wales chasing that ball down. They wanted that more. And gets to the rim with the right hand. And all of a sudden, Charlize Morrison has gone, I think I need to take over this game.
The one, I guess, positive for New South Wales Country at the moment with Crook being off is that they're not being Crook conscious. They're not trying to look inside for her each time. They're now being a little bit more aggressive, and it's opening up the paint for them as well, with them being able to, I guess, in the likes of Jufferman's, kind of spreading the floor a little bit.
So this game is in stalemate right now. 41-31 has been the score for just over 2 minutes. Neither team able to get it in. It's become this arm wrestle. It's which one's going to give in first as we see the ball roll around 8-9 times before it goes down.
It's only the fifth point for New South Wales Country in this quarter, and yet they are still in this match.
41-32, 9 points the lead for WA Country here. Fotu looking to set it up. Did you see that? That's going to be a horn set.
Yeah. No one knew what was going on there, unfortunately.
Fotu playing well above her years. And that one a little bit short. Donovan has left the last 2 3-pointers as air balls. This has got to go up. Can she get it up? No, she made the pass. That's the one time you need her to shoot.
Yeah, that was a little bit unlucky there, because McCowan's probably a little bit lucky by herself, reaching into the cookie jar and could have drew a foul there. But New South Wales Country, they're looking a little bit different at the moment.
Look at that. I love it when the ball does that on the rim. That goes round and round and round and goes down. And I tell you what, Charlize Morrison has taken New South Wales Country on those shoulders of hers and said, follow me, and she's setting a great example. And
let's just have a look at the team fouls. It's 14 fouls now to WA Country, 0 to New South Wales. So they can draw another foul. They're going to start going to the free throw line. Good ball movement here. Morrison 4-3.
The bank is open in WA again. It may be 8 o'clock at night, but it's well and truly open for Morrison. And gee, didn't they need that? And the crowd has come alive for the blue and white.
And it's a 6-point game, Matt. All of a sudden, the momentum swings to New South Wales Country. Let's see what Fotu can do here for WA Country.
Oh, just comes off the top of the backboard almost. Running back the other way, suddenly New South Wales has found some new energy. Who else but Morrison? She's drawn the foul as Parrish came through and took some of the arm. She has been instrumental in this comeback for New South Wales Country.
Yeah, and once again, it all starts from the defensive end. What's been interesting, though, for WA Country is since Coruscant went to the bench, this is when the run from New South Wales Country has occurred. The defensive pressure is much better on Fotu, but I think Coruscant being on the bench, we haven't seen those off-the-ball cuts like we saw in the first half.
And definitely a huge momentum swing here in the last 2 minutes. And sometimes it takes just that one player to step up and just put their body on the line and go the one extra step and do the one extra thing that's needed for their team, and that's exactly what Charlize Morrison has done.
And she showed that Fotu was human, because when she created that pressure and got the turnover, all of a sudden I think that gave New South Wales Country a bit of hope, going, oh, she can be stopped.
So that up and in pressure of Morrison proving vital for this comeback for New South Wales. 6 points is the difference with just a touch over 2 minutes to go in this third quarter. This game was at a stalemate for such a long time. We were wondering who were going to break through first, and it's New South Wales Country well and truly led by Charlize Morrison. She may be small in stature, but she's got a huge heart, and she's out there giving it her all.
And what's been interesting is the score line, 41-35, but WA Country have only scored the 7 points in this third quarter. New South Wales Country only the 8, so it has been a complete stalemate for the first 8 minutes of this quarter as Morrison. This is the first.
That one rims out. The last time she put one of them up, it rolled around 8 times before it went down.
So you need to use the backboard.
Hits the back of the rim, and who chases down her own rebound? Morrison. She wants this game.
It's those coach killers as McCown was open, but they're just too late. We've seen that a few times from both teams where players been open, and they've just been a little bit too late with the pass. And it looks like Crook is going to come back in for New South Wales Country.
I tell you what, they have eaten into this lead of WA Country without her on the floor, and she's only going to add to this, and let's hope that they can not just focus on her, but find all the open players as we see it. Gee, that was a tough box out there as well. But
once again, Morris Bafotu just does it again. We haven't spoken positively for her for a minute. She wants to return the favour. As Morrison, she has been everywhere this third quarter.
Look at the run down the court. She's going to go in, and that's got to be a foul from underneath.
And what was really smart from her being just able to control that basketball. A lot of players would have kicked her head, trying to force something. She didn't see a look at all, and she just kept the ball alive and drew the foul.
And Parrish is having to come to the bench, picking up 2 fouls in a matter of 30 seconds there, and she's not happy about it. It's just looking a little despondent.
So let's see how the free throws go, because we all know free throws like to rear their ugly head in the fourth quarter. When you look at those stats as Morrison goes 1 of 2, 5-point game.
Gee, Morrison has changed this game around single-handedly.
Nice.
And then Photo with a little pull-up. Misses that one. She's just looking maybe a little bit tired.
Well, she's been carrying this team the entire game, but it's that defensive pressure as Morrison puts up the three. It's in and out.
Barely ripped out, but she saves it.
But how many times has Morrison been everywhere? It seems like they have been the more desperate side in this third quarter, chasing that ball wide. WA Country have been on the back heels, and you would think that's their third game in 2 days. And
Kiana McCowan then chased that out of bounds, and that's all because of that example, the Morrison setting of get everything in.
And just giving her that space, I would not do that.
Photo! She's just unbelievable. That was so super casual.
And I'm surprised that McCowan wasn't doing that on-ball pressure like they've been doing throughout, as they nearly throw the ball away. Morrison keeps it alive.
Man, she is having a game.
And what a sweet position there from McCowan. But we need to go back to that Photo 3, because the offense wasn't going anywhere, and McCowan decided, I'm going to give you 2 meters of space. Photo's like, all right, I'm going to take this.
So let's have a look at it here. You can see that I'm just going to put a hand up and pretend to play some defense. I don't want you to drive on me. And she splashes it, and WA Country netted that as a settler.
Yeah, I think that what they need to do is they need to get up in her, force her right, forcing her to the help as McCowan misses the first of 2.
Just watching Karasanidi on the bench, and she has a very big left foot limp going on.
I wonder if she's going to get the ankle restrapped.
And I'm just checking that out as another one goes down. Yeah, definitely getting that left ankle. She has 0 strapping on it now, so obviously a fresh injury, so she will play through it. She's a tough cookie, but they're strapping that up as we speak.
So
Photo finds it in. I tell you what, she just hit one from there, and that one's an air ball.
And you just look at the coach hand on head, is like, what are you doing defensively?
She's just hit one, and you stand off her.
Like, there's definitely one they got away with. But the thing is, sometimes when you're playing against a pass first guard, and you're like, all right, I'm going to let you have the shot. What you're doing is you're actually creating passing opportunities for her.
Great pass down the sideline. Good wrap around. And McCowan just getting interested in the last part of this quarter.
Great job from her.
5 seconds to go on the clock. This has got to go up. Photo with the block. It's come to the captain, and she can't score it. And we're just going to take a little breath here. Wow.
I feel like we're riding every shot there with New South Wales Country, because they've been working so hard in that third quarter to get back into this game, and there was just a few opportunities there gone missing.
there's definitely something to like about the way they went about, particularly the second part of that quarter, and led by Charlize Morrison, who just put her body on the line. I tell you what, I can see her. She's struggling to breathe there on the bench. She just gave that absolutely everything she had.
And there's still a quarter to go, and they need more of it from her.
And then Kiani McCowan started to come along, and then they put Jade Cook back into the lineup, and now they're a serious threat. It's back out to 7 points. WA just stabilised with that 3 from Fodu. But I tell you what, I wouldn't write New South Wales Country off anytime soon.
No, we know what they can do on the offensive end, and as we've touched on throughout, they've just been really poor with their points in the paint. They haven't even been able to find the 3-ball too often as well, as we just got the 3/4 time stats in. I mean, defensively, look at the rebounds from New South Wales Country. 44 rebounds to 30, and yet they're the ones down by 7. And I think it's thanks to those 18 offensive rebounds, where they got 10 offensive boards in that second quarter, which is why I guess we'll kind of get a little bit frustrated, because they need to put more points on the board to take advantage of this height they have over WA Country.
That's right, and Morrison and McCowan respectively up to 7 points each. We said that Crook needed a few partners in crime to get those score rates up. But I mean, Amelia Nadi, 18 points, and it's only 3/4 time. And obviously Fotu, who is just phenomenal.
So
9 points as well to go with all those assists. Like, she's a player of the future.
And the 4 rebounds, I mean, her only blemish is the 5 turnovers, but they've been options there. It's not like it's been poor, so she's doing a really good job. What New South Wales Country need to do at the start of this fourth quarter is look after the basketball. They've had 23 turnovers for the game. They got committed 9 in that third quarter, and I would think 6 or 7 of them occurred in the first 2 to 3 minutes of that third quarter.
All right, here we go. New South Wales will start the fourth quarter trailing by 7, and I tell you what, she just picks up where she left off, and Morrison gets to the rim and throws up 2, but coming back the other way, WA with the quick reply.
What really,
Andrew.
How impressive was that from Morrison? But that was poor transition D. WA Country haven't got too many transition baskets this quarter as Morrison continues to attack, and Crook keeps it alive. It looks like she has been done for a hands foul there on Donovan. And you're good to see New South Wales there. It looks like they're going to extend the pressure. It's interesting to see if it's that token pressure we saw at the start, if they're going to try and trap it at some point.
So at this stage, there it is. Morrison is just involved in everything good for New South. Look at the hands on that.
I know,
she
is absolutely gassed, but you cannot take her off the floor at all.
You're looking at her as a coach going, I don't want to take her off. Look at that full court pass again by WA.
Oh, how impressive.
Replay.
And you can see, I'm pretty sure that we've got her family to our right. Her mum's enjoying every basket she's putting up at the moment. It's a 5-point game here at Warwick Stadium.
And that one's just going to be called on the captain there.
It's interesting. We didn't see too many fouls from New South Wales Country in that third quarter. And all of a sudden they've got 2 early quick ones. So let's watch that as the game goes throughout.
And I mean, how's that backdoor cut and a good early pass? And she just takes it through WA like they're not even there.
They're going to
hot knife through butter.
Exactly. But it's good to see you've got both McCowans now on the floor as well. We haven't really seen them on the court at the same time. So they're gone with their best defensive lineup, you would think. Donovan unable to get the basket there as McCowan finds Morrison. And folks, a good defensive pressure there as McCowan able to get through a little bit easy and gets it into Crook. What a sweet pass there, and look at all the confidence you see from the bench. Probably the first time we've seen New South Wales Country on their feet.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what, the crowd noise has gone up as well. Good fake, and Crook comes back and says, get out of my house, this is my keyway.
I tell you what, Crook, did not want to meet her in the paint area.
Gee, I mean, you got to remember she's 15 years old.
Yep. And great job here from Morrison, just being active with the ball. Just a little bit hard there. Sometimes when you're trying to do too much, you've turned it over. But And it's been interesting with the New South Wales coach getting a warning.
She's quite vocal about the fact that how was that not a foul coming down the court there?
Yeah, usually the player with the ball gets looked after in that position, as you see the captain, Coruscant back in for WA Country.
And boy, don't they need her influence. New South Wales on a charge, and look at the defense. It's up, it's in, it's active. And again, Morrison working hard and moving her feet. WA gets inside in the right-hand hook shot, and Crook tries to rip it in. She dives on the floor, and guess who else is there?
Great job from Morrison and Crook. But when you see your five on the floor, it's just going to create so much confidence around your team, and it just brings that energy. I mean, it's not exactly a short way down there for Crook to get on the floor. But I love this three-guard lineup they've got in both McCowan's and Morrison. We haven't seen it at all tonight, and it's causing havoc in WA Country.
So Coruscant and Fotu back on the court together, and this is their go-to lineup when they need to score. Also out there, Millie Champ, who we didn't get to see a lot of in the first half because of fouls, but she's been very good defensively here in the third.
Good D there from Coruscant.
Morrison, I tell you what, I wouldn't have been surprised to see that go down the way she's feeling hot right now. Photo putting the moves on, and she knows she's gassed. And then the turnover, and McCowan gets the steal. She's going at the rim. There's the foul.
I'm just enjoying watching New South Wales Country coach just willing the referees to give them a call. As you see, there's a fair bit of contact, but it's gone both ways as well. The referees are definitely letting these women play.
Yeah, it's been very consistent as we see the way McCowan goes at the rim there and not quite getting that guarding position. Slightly side on there by Millie Champ, and well taken in by McCowan. So that's Kiana, by the way, not Alira.
They go 1 of 2. We've seen them a little bit 50-50 from the free throw line tonight from New South Wales. So if they're going to go to the line a bit more often, they need to start hitting more, as Fotu asking for that horns action.
She's got it this time.
But you just see she needs to be a bit more patient. She's calling horns, but they're not in the right position.
2 points is the lead to WA Country, but it's been eaten up by this New South Wales side. McGregor goes in, she's unable to finish, and McCowan knocks it down onto the foot of Monaghan, and it's going to be a New South Wales.
That was impressive, but I'm having a look at Morrison. She's absolutely gassed, and that's why she's gone into the corner. They're going to have to call a timeout or get a substitution at some point. Give her a breather, but they just know how important she is for this run of New South Wales Country.
Jade Crook gets it in, throws a little head shimmy, but Coruscant
and I think that's a little bit unlucky. Looked like
it
came off Crook's leg, but it's going to be New South Wales Country ball with 11 seconds on the shot clock. Just see what's happening with Crook on the down low as they got McGowan open.
McCowan almost just misses that, and Coruscant is just going to take control of this game and say, let's set this up.
So we've seen a few times.
There's that ankle, and it's been giving her troubles, and a gateway, but it's a fake. She gets it and gets on the left hand.
That's pretty impressive when you fake an injury on the court, and you see New South Wales Country, they're like, okay, she's out of the play. Did not protect the split line.
Fantastic take of the basket there from Morrison again, and she has had an amazing second half, but I think her left ankle, just watch this here. Yeah, that was her ankle giving out underneath her.
So what happened there as well, Morrison went for the double team because she said, all right, Coruscant is out of this play, and Coruscant said, nope, I faked you out there, and got the basket. A really good job there from Grace Millie-Champ as well, who's just had a good rest.
That's her 5th foul, so we won't see her take part any longer in tonight's game. So those 3 early fouls really hampered her game tonight.
Absolutely. It'd be interesting to see what New South Wales Country do here, because it doesn't look like they're going to be going deep into their bench in this 4th quarter.
Not yet. The captain with the ball puts up a triple. That was to take almost take the lead. McCowan gets it.
And she should have got the foul there as well. Takes the hit. It is a 2-point game here at Warwick Stadium. What an impressive finish there from McCowan.
So McCowan's starting to pick up the intensity as well. WA getting in each other's way. Fotu finds the open pass. This has got to go up. She's already hit a few, and that is clutch time.
How impressive was that from Carson as we got a timeout on the floor. But let's go back to that play as well, where Fotu was once again given that space to be able to pass the ball through. They need to stop sagging off her and cause some issues for her on the ball.
It's easy to make good passes when you're not under pressure. But I tell you what, Coruscant has just come back and had her ankle taped. It goes out from underneath as she gets back up and makes two.
Ever since she's come back on the floor from that ankle injury, she has been wreaking havoc, as you see some of the highlights here.
And this is great job by McCowan. Not the tallest player, but wanted it. But here's this three-point shot. Look at the crowd. There's 5 in the Kiwi. Plenty of shooters outside. And I tell you what, WA Country needed that to steady. With 6 minutes 18 to go, this is still anybody's game.
And that was a really impressive pass out of the pressure there from Isabella Andrew, who has a really solid game throughout. That was not an easy pass, but once again, we go back to Fotu, her able to get it into her. New South Wales Country collapsing, opening up Coruscant for that three.
So thanks for joining us tonight here for the Basketball Australia Australian Junior Championships. This is the under-16 ladies, WA Country versus New South Wales Country. This game has had everything you want to see. We've had blocks, we've had assists, we've had three-pointers. The only thing I haven't seen is a dunk, and if I see that, I'm going home. So here we go, New South Wales on the charge back, down by 5, ball zipping around. Morrison with the inbound pass, and Crook throws it up over her head and unable to finish.
I'm surprised Crook didn't go straight up there, but I think she was expecting more pressure than there was.
And that one's going to be a jump ball with Foto.
So possession arrow goes WA Country way.
I bet they're glad that it's not an actual jump ball anymore, because that would have been Crook versus Foto.
I was a little bit worried there with Monahan completely open there. Crook finally sagging back on there as Morrison getting a hand in there.
She has had a phenomenal second half. Long two, probably could have chewed up the space between her and the defenders there.
That's one where WA got away with that one. Andrew really should not have put up that transition long two. Should have just taken it out, wait for the likes of Foto getting back in the game, as Foto once again slicing and dicing this New South Wales side with her passing.
And that's going to be a jump ball with possession arrow going back to New South Wales. 5 minutes 39. This game up in the air. Both teams want it. Both teams going at it. No one giving an inch. Full court pressure. Almost a steal it is. There's the turnover. That extra hand up in the air made that pass go over the top.
It's that perceived pressure as well. They were trying to beat it with the dribble and pass over the top. And how many times do we see in our time? When you're passing, lobbing over the press, it never is a good thing.
Foto gets inside, does her spin move and can't finish over the top. And Crook gets the rebound, and they're running the other way, and she's been called for a travel.
I'm surprised Foto didn't give it there to Monahan, because she was open in that dunker spot. So it's one of the few times she hasn't found her open teammate.
Yeah, well, she's found them every other time. We'll forgive her that one, I think, as Coruscant is going to get this offense running again. Nice handoff, takes plenty of contact, and we've seen New South Wales have collapsed, leaving the open shooter. Great box out there, off the ball by Jade Crook.
You see New South Wales Country, they're pushing at every chance they can get.
Speaking of pushing, Crook steps around Monahan and drops it in for two. We're back to a three-point game.
That was impressive. They feel like they've got the advantage when they're running downhill at the moment, New South Wales.
Ball pushed down the court there by Andrew. Foto with another great pass. I don't know whether Monahan was ready for it, and now New South Wales goes out the other way, and Coruscant picks up her foul.
And that's 4 team fouls now there for WA. That's 3 on Coruscant herself.
And I mean, just look at this drive in here. She just saw the rim and walked right around her. Really not enough footwork there from Monahan. She just needed to take that 1 or 2 extra steps to cut off that baseline drive.
Yeah, you saw, it's like Fotu, with these star players, you cannot give them space because they're going to take advantage of it every time.
Morrison still out on the court after everything that she's done. There's the inbound. Inside, McCowan, who's had a big fourth quarter, and that one rims out.
Good job there from Berry defensively, forcing a tough shot.
Big rebound by Berry. She rips the ball as hands come flying in from everywhere to take it away from her.
You can see Fotu dealing with a little bit more pressure. Nearly gets
Still
away with
got
it.
that pass in there. 5 on the clock. This is going to go up. Berry. Oh, that's a metre behind the three-point line. Can you believe it?
I can, and so can the New South Wales bench, because you just saw the moment that McCowan went under the screen, as you see the assistant coach having a word there to Kiana, is that you cannot go under that screen of Fotu. She has shown time and time again tonight she's going to hit that three.
Alira Fotu from a step behind the red line, if you don't mind, says, hey, New South Wales Country, you're chasing us. A little bit more. I've just added 3 to the score.
Considering they only put up the 14 threes last night against Vic Metro, they've put up 20 plus now in this game. So they've been looking and they've been hitting those threes, and I don't know what more Fotu can do for New South Wales Country to start showing her a bit more respect on the defensive end.
I mean, it's tough, isn't it? Her handles are just so good that if you get up and in, she just goes round you and then draws the help, and she's able to find any dish that's open. Yeah, but she can also shoot. It's just a tough matchup.
Yeah, she is such a special player where it's not one of those players where you go, all right, we're going to blitz, so we're going to try and let the other players beat us, because she's getting her teammates into this game. So it's been a complete team effort from WA's perspective.
And Corasaniti coming back into the game after getting her ankle taped has been huge and a stabilising influence for the WA Country team.
So it's going to be interesting to see where the offense can come from New South Wales outside of Crook, because we've seen when they've been going downhill, they've been trying to attack the paint, but we haven't really seen anyone being able to hit any outside shots in the second half.
And you talked about it earlier, New South Wales staying with the exact same 5. We've got both McCowans, we've got Hocking, we've got Crook, and of course Morrison, who's been a standout in this third and fourth. As she gets the ball and crosses over, puts it up, and it rims out, and who gets the rebound?
She's just everywhere. How good is this from Morrison? She should be absolutely gassed right now, but she's keeping this New South Wales team alive in this game.
She is the shortest player on the court, and she just went up and got her own miss, got the rebound. She wants this more than anyone else on the court right now.
It's good to see Country finally go into a bit of a trap, and look what happens. You're starting to force WA to frush. And it's going to force a turnover.
Stepped out of bounds there because that pass had to be a little bit wide because the pressure was already there.
And that's where the pressure, when people press you, they want you going to the sideline. They want to try to make the court as small as possible. And because they don't really have a tall target like Crook that can kind of bail you out, that's where you need to sometimes release the pressure by stepping backwards.
Daytona Longbottom taking a seat there after some good minutes. Donovan back on. McCowan goes straight at the body, absorbs the contact and puts it in.
That was good positioning from Berry, but McCowan took the hit, and what a strong finish that was there from Kiana.
Look at the handles here on Fotu. She just seems so comfortable, but Morrison has done everything everywhere and gets the handoff. Stuck between her legs, that's got to be a jump ball.
So it's going to be New South Wales ball. There's a little bit of a hot pass there for Hocking, probably not used to catching that type of pass in transition.
I mean, drop the mic, Morrison is everywhere. Look at her go down the floor and get that handoff and just missed it.
I'd love to see what her stats are going to be at the end of this game, because I don't think a lot of her hustle stats are going to show up in the stat sheet.
Here she is from three-point line!
And I tell you what, that stat's going to count. What an impressive shot. We talked about where are these outside shots going to come from, and Morrison has shown she can hit the big ones.
Morrison, probably one of the best halves I've seen this championship. She is on fire.
And how is she still on the court? She has to be gassed.
Great fake, good show. Good desperation in there by Keely Berry.
We've seen this from Berry throughout the game. She does not give up on any possession, but it's going to be WA possession. How many possession arrows have been going back and forth? It's been like the scoreline.
I tell you what, let's just check out Charlize Morrison making a name for herself at these championships. Talking of making a name, photo with no conscience at all, pulls the trigger, and that's going to be called an arms foul. Are they going to call it offensive? No.
Yeah, so
just for a minute, the umpire stopped and thought about it.
But look where New South Wales are going. They're going to the free throw line, which hasn't been a huge strength for them in tonight's game. They've got a fair few of them, where they've been going to the line.
Just while you were talking there, sorry, Charlize Morrison has come across. I believe she's got a bleeding nose, right? And she's like, quick, get me a tissue. And the coach is, rip one out. She goes, do you need to come off? And she's like, no.
That's good.
Do not take me off.
Yeah, they can't. They can't afford to take her off. And I think it's been pretty clear since she's been on that second half. She's the reason why it's now a tied ball game as Crook. She's the one you want at the free throw line in these scenarios. Yeah,
beautiful jumps, beautiful shot she's got there, simple and easy. She knocks them both, and since the first quarter, New South Wales Country has not had this lead, and they have it now with 2 minutes to play, 55 to 54 off the foot. Donovan, Coruscantini, she's going to be looking to get to that rim, drives base, draws the double. Kicks it to the middle.
How huge has Andrew been? She's been timely with these mid-range jump shots.
Isabella Andrew, a consistent contributor. Great defense there, but better shot.
Kiana McCowan. How many times has she taken the hit and put up a tough shot?
Now we've got a game on our hands with 1:45. It's ebbing and flowing. There's the cross-court pass. Hand on it from Hocking, but here comes... Oh, big-time block. Guess who's running? Morrison rolls it in over the front of the rim. It's a 3-point lead to New South Wales Country.
And what was really impressive there from Charlize Morrison was that she got 2 feet. We've seen throughout this tournament where too many players have been going off the 1 foot off balance. She was so calm in that situation, and look at the team get around her.
Far out. What a game we have on our hands. Look at this beautiful Isabella just jumps in there. That's a really lovely stroke, and she's done that a few times tonight.
But just see what here. They're just able to pass through this pressure. WA Country a little bit unsure where they're meant to be defensively, but McCowan takes the hit. Probably could have got a call there as well.
And then coming back the other way, probably, without doubt, the player of the night, Charlize Morrison. She is a game changer.
Absolutely. She's in double figures in points, but it's those hustle points, it's those possession arrows that she's been able to keep with Country or make it go and changing, because all the momentum's with New South Wales, and you're just looking at the New South Wales bench. They haven't been this vocal all game, and all of a sudden they're like, hey, we've got an opportunity to steal this, because WA have had a double-digit lead in this game. They've led for the majority of this game. But New South Wales, it's now their game. They're the ones that hold the keys to this victory.
That's right, and over in New South Wales it's almost midnight, and I tell you what, they might have been starting to drop off a little bit as WA took control in the third, but step in Charlize Morrison, and the game changer that she has been everywhere in everything, and suddenly all of New South Wales should be up and about and cheering for their team here as they are up by 3, 59 to 56 with 1:30 to play.
So WA need to get the ball into Fotu's hand and just let her go to work. Wouldn't mind to see some on-ball screens for her, creating that space, because that pressure's on there now.
Here we go, ball movement, and Fotu not communicating with her teammate. Here it is, 2 on the clock. Oh, that one's gone long, and who else has this ball in her hand? Charlize Morrison on the run.
No matter what, even if it's in transition half court, she's pushing that ball every time, keeping Country on WA on their back heels.
So New South Wales looking for a score. WA Country looking for the stop. McCowan, this is the other one. She flips it up with a circus shot at Alira McCowan. So sends the crowd into a frenzy.
Alira's been seeing what Kiana's been doing. It's like, all right, I'm going to do you one better. And where's the energy come from? All of a sudden, Morrison, who's been able to push this ball, and great job there from Keanu McCowan, who did a great job offensively, and the captain McGregor.
Wow.
But look at this.
Gee, she got hit hard there from Monaghan. Nothing untoward, but just that hip and shoulder, and somehow finished through the contact. Puts it up and misses. Crook with the rebound, misses. Big time rebound here for WA. They secure the ball on the run. Can they get a score?
So Fotu's coming to get the ball. She's calling for that horns action once again.
Reads it off. 3-pointer. The last two have been air balls. That one hits rim. New South Wales with the ball. Look at the up-court defense. Almost a steal for WA. They've got to get it over.
And the shot clock did
there
not
it is.
Yes.
The shot clock was not running that entire time. And the umpire looked up to make the 8-second call. And that's going to be a New South Wales side ball, I feel.
Yeah, me too. I think she's like, hey, we've got to drop it down a bit. I'm not sure exactly what the time was, because I don't think it was exactly 8 seconds, but really surprised. The referees definitely put a whistle there. Crook could have probably gone to the line after a few reach-ins from WA. But, as you can see...
Okay, so there's 1 second left to get this ball over the halfway line. Last time they went the long pass, WA...
And look at the confusion. There's no one there on McGregor. And they are very lucky the referee held onto the ball.
And here we go. They need a good inbound. There it is over the top. Morrison with all the time in the world now after working her tail off this quarter and
WA
half.
need to foul. They need to stop this clock.
Morrison gets in. The captain puts the nail in the coffin, and Abby McGregor drops down a little mid-range two. And I tell you what, I find it hard to see WA scoring 7 points in 16 seconds. This has been WA's game all night.
I think that's McGregor's first basket of the game too, and what a time to get your first basket. 7-point lead now to New South Wales. Just looked like WA were a little bit unsure what to do, where they went man the foul, where they're trying to steal, and New South Wales, they just held onto the ball, because they know the ball. You've got the ball, you've got control of this match.
And you can just see the change in attitude on the New South Wales Country bench right now. They're up, they're about, there's smiles, there's dancing, there's chats, and you look over at the WA bench and, you know, it's just tough for them. They play such a good game, and just in the last 10 minutes, New South Wales Country has outplayed them in every aspect to take away this win.
And they have. In New South Wales, they've taken this win. WA haven't lost it.
No.
New South Wales are going to win this because of that defensive pressure that all started with Charlize Morrison and that three-guard lineup of Morrison and both McCowans, I should say. In WA, I think everyone's McGowan.
Yeah, that's right. McCowan and McCowan have been good. Jade Crook's been excellent, but Charlize Morrison has been outstanding. The ball gets into the corner. Fotu gets it back. This one's going to go up, I reckon. Oh, she's hit it.
Huge shot.
4 points with 8 seconds to go. WA up. There's the foul.
So a great job there from WA stopping the clock. I don't think they've got any timeouts left though, WA, so they're going to send them to the line 4-2.
Wow.
No matter what happens, WA, if they make the second one, they're going to have to throw a full court heave.
How's the ice in Fotu's veins? She's just airballed a three from the corner, dribbles with her back to everybody, back out to the three-point line, turns around and buries it.
She just shows you, hey, I'm a star, just give me the ball, and I'm going to try and put this out. She's been carrying this team all game long, along with their captain, Cora Saniti. But
speaking of stars.
Yeah, and speaking of carrying their team in Morrison, knocks down both free throws.
And there's 7 seconds to go, no timeout. Fotu's got to run the length of the floor. She's got to pull up 3 meters out, and I thought that was going to go in for a second.
We're surprised that
and that'll be the game. WA Country goes down to New South Wales Country. 6 points the margin. What an epic way to finish this Monday.
What an epic. We'll save the best till last, Matty. Save the best till last. We saw what this game could have been. That we saw the shooting percentages wasn't great, but what an exciting game, and great job from New South Wales Country and all Charlize Morrison that second half. She was the reason, but a big shout out to Jade Crook. She's the one that kept the boat afloat.
Yeah, Jade Crook in the first half was crucial, but as we watch the highlights from this game, I don't know about you, but I reckon player of the game has to go to Charlize Morrison. She was just outstanding in that second half.
It was. I mean, the way that game was going, you would have thought like Fotu or in Corastanita were going to be the MVPs and all the Crook. But Morrison just came out like a bat out of hell and was just consistently pushing. And it's amazing that energy that she brought. All of a sudden, both McCowans are like, oh, I'm going to do the same thing. And they were being a bit more aggressive going into the paint. And we saw the points in the paint issue that New South Wales Country were dealing with at times throughout this match. But that fourth quarter, they showed why they're one of the top teams here at the Under-16 Championships.
That's right, and that repeating that final score, New South Wales Country 65, WA Country 59, and while there will be disappointment on the WA Country side after playing such a sterling game, there's going to be some excitement here from the New South Wales side. That was their third game in 2 days, and again, Morrison, McCowan, Jade Crook, you know, just amazing contributors. And even Claudia Hocking, who was coming in and off the bench, did her 2-3 minutes at a time and held her own very well. And a disappointment for WA Country, exhilaration for New South Wales Country. Thanks for joining us here on this game from the National Junior Australian Championships, brought to you by Basketball Australia. It's been Matt Splatt and Josh here. We've had an absolute ball tonight, and what a way to finish an exciting game that came all the way down to the wire. Hey, make sure you tune in tomorrow because we're only getting started. We have a whole week of National Australian Junior Championships coming your way. Make sure you don't miss any of the games. And hey, jump on your Twitter feeds and hashtag Basketball Australia and let us know what you thought of that game tonight, because that was just one of the best I think we'll see.
I can't wait for the rest of the week. Cannot wait, because we've been really lucky with the 3 games tonight to show the high quality and the high IQ of these junior players who are playing well above their years.
Fantastic. Thanks for joining me tonight, Josh. Had a ball. This is Matt Splatt signing off from Warwick Stadium here in WA. Thanks for joining us tonight. Catch you tomorrow.
What if there was a place where lifestyle and business needs connected, where innovation was celebrated, talent was embraced, and business wasn't just about a transaction? How do you find a place where all of this can be your reality? We found it for you, here in Joondalup, Western Australia. You'll have access to the most beautiful coastline. Digital innovation is world-class. Education and training are limitless. Partnerships are creating history, and business needs are supported no matter how big or small. Be a part of this global community. Now is the time. Connect with your future.